Okay, next we're going to move into our presentation portion of our meeting. Our first resolution is P 17524. This is a resolution commending Dunkin's Dairy Bar upon the occasion of its 85th anniversary. This is a presentation by legislators Kitsal, Harrington, and Maloney, and I'd ask the Squadrito family to come forward and join us up front.
Hey, Johnny. Okay, resolution P 17524. Resolution commending Dunkin's Dairy Bar upon the occasion of its 85th anniversary. And Dunkin's Dairy Bar is located in Brunswick, New York. Whereas attendance to such duty and fully in accord with the longstanding tradition, it is an intent of the legislative body to convey its felicitations to Dunkin's Dairy Bar as they celebrate their 85th anniversary. Whereas Dunkin's Dairy Bar was founded on May 19th, which is this Sunday will be the anniversary coming up, by John and Ruth Keller Dunkin and their 6 children. And whereas Dunkin began as an ice cream stand offering homemade ice cream from May through October. And whereas around 1955, the menu was expanded to include hot dogs and sandwiches. Breakfast and dinner specials were later added at the request of the RPI students that were a long way from home looking for a home-cooked meal. And whereas all breads, muffins, donuts, and pies were baked fresh from scratch each morning. Many recipes were passed down from the Keller Baking Company, which is owned by the Dunkin family in the early 1990s. Whereas Dunkin is now owned by and operated by John and Ruth's grandson, John Squadrito, and his wife Julie, along with their 2 children, Ryan and Carrie Ann. Whereas John gets up early each morning, get baking on her way, and I think it's probably 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, it's every day, using the same recipes and techniques taught to him by his grandmother. And whereas Dunkin Dairy Bar remains located at its 1890 Hoosick Street Road, where it began, in a building that was previously served as a greenhouse and a gas station. And now be it resolved that in accordance with the tradition of Rensselaer County Legislature, to recognize those institutions and individuals who have contributed to the vitality of this community, and hereby commends Dunkin Dairy Bar as they celebrate their 85th anniversary. So the clerk of the register hereby directed to transmit a copy of this resolution so it will be engrossed to the Squadrito family, John, Julie, Ryan, and Carrie Ann. Congratulations. Thank you. So I'm going to have a few words here, and then I'm sure everybody else is going to speak, Kenny and Bill. Because I'm sure everybody has maybe heard of Dunkin's or who probably has eaten there before, but 85 years is a real long time for any business. You know, even 5 years is, or a couple of years are. But we had a proclamation back when it was 80 years, and we really couldn't honor the Dunkin family or Squadrito family because of COVID was just starting off. So it was hand delivered. And there's so many memories of Dunkin's. My father bringing me there as a child and watching John's grandfather behind the counter. And I'm going to tell you a story where, you know, you sit there, and Kenny can tell you there, you sit behind the counter and you're ordering food, and John's grandfather got the fly swatter, and he, you know, swat a fly right in front of your English muffin. And you don't say, I got it. So that's way back then. It couldn't happen now. But the Squadrito family has given back so much to our community. If you go to a fundraiser, you always find a gift basket or a donation by the Squadrito family. They're just, and hopefully they're around for another 85 years. And either people are friends of mine. They're just really good people. John's also a Catholic High varsity softball coach. He just came from his varsity game. Did you win?
It was 13-2 when I was leaving.
13-2, so he left during a game he won, but I wore this tie purple. from Catholic Kindness Honor, but I just want to wish them all the luck and all the love in the world. Thank you. You want to-
Go ahead. I'll be next.
All right.
The last.
Well, in my 54 years, I've probably eaten at Dunkin's for the last 54 years, and to carry on the tradition, every one of my kids and my grandkids have all eaten at Dunkin's. John and I have coached together. Julie and I grew up around the corner. Carrie Ann played softball with my daughter, so it's a very, very close family type thing, and it's a wonderful place, and I couldn't be more proud to tell people that I go there. In fact, anytime anybody comes in from out of town, that's where they have to go if they ask me. So congratulations, everybody, and I hope the success carries on for many, many more years. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm the old guy around here, so I remember John and Ruth. I mean, I went to school with Keller. He was probably the oldest. Then there was all the girls were younger. And I went to school 18, and the rest of the girls were behind. But I probably spent more time in my younger years there. I have a younger brother who was the supervisor out there, so he spends more time at the restaurant than I do because somebody has to stay home and make sure the cows get milked. So, but I'll never forget John and his fly swatter. Right, there was no flies there because John had his fly swatter. Boom. But congratulations. I mean, that's Brunswick, Dunkin's Dairy Bar. It always was, and it always has been, and it probably will be for a number of years to come. I mean, by the looks of it, right? So, congratulations, and hope you that many more years to come.
I just want to thank all the employees over the years, all the patrons. My grandparents installed hard work into everybody. Hopefully Ryan will take over eventually, maybe another 20 years. But he's installed a lot of hard work, and I just want to thank everybody. Thank you.
Congratulations again. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Our next resolution is P 17624. This is a resolution commending Kate Ackerman upon an outstanding season. So I'd ask Kate to come up, and this is a presentation by legislators Leverage, Chalkat, and Gendron.
This is one of the opportunities we try to do as often as possible to recognize the younger folks in our community that have done great things and accomplished notable activities. So tonight, we have a resolution commending Kate Ackerman upon an outstanding season. Whereas our youth are the future of our society, and to recognize the accomplishments of our exceptional youth today will inspire other young adults to follow in their path, promising a future that is brighter than today. And whereas this legislative body is pleased to learn of the outstanding achievements of Kate Ackerman and wishes to convey its compliments and felicitations to her, and whereas Kate Ackerman is a senior student athlete at Maple Hill High School, and whereas Kate claimed the title of Composite Division Champion at the New York State Public High School Athletic Association Championship Tournament at Strike and Spare Bowl in Syracuse on March 10th, 2024, where she competed against some of the top female bowlers in the state and received the tournament's Sportsmanship Award. And whereas Kate overcame adversity to win this title under extremely difficult circumstances following the loss of her brother a few days prior to the tournament, and competed in honor of him. And whereas Kate made Maple Hill High School history by being the first bowler in the school's history to make it to the States, and her season accomplishments include bowling a perfect game against Hudson High School, along with her team becoming the 2024 Patroon Conference champions. And whereas Kate is committed to bowl at Niagara University in the fall, now thereby let it be known and resolved that the legislative body pause in its deliberations and most joyously commends Kate on her first place finish at the New York State Girls Bowling Championships in the composite division, and wish her the very best of luck in all future endeavors. And be it further resolved that the clerk of the legislature is hereby directed to transmit a copy of this resolution suitably engrossed to Kate Ackerman. Kate, congratulations on behalf of everyone in the legislature. You deserve all the accolades we can give you. And we know that you did this under some adverse circumstances, so want to.
Congratulations. Do you wish to say anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would just like to say thank you to my parents for getting me to where I am. Thank you to my coaches. And I would also like to thank the community for all the support that they gave me. Thank you.
Congratulations, Kate, and to your family as well. Where are your parents? Where are they? There you are. Congratulations. Okay, our next resolution is P 17724. This is a resolution commending the Columbia High School girls bowling team upon a championship season. And this is a presentation by legislators Hoffman, Grant, Bailey, and Fiacco. And I would invite all of the girls bowling team coaches, come on up front.
Not terrible.
Okay, resolution commending the Columbia High School girls bowling team upon the championship season. Congratulations. Whereas children are the future of our society, and to recognize the accomplishments of our exceptional youth today, we will inspire other young adults to follow in their path, promising a future that is brighter than today. And whereas this legislative body is pleased to learn of the outstanding achievements of the Columbia Blue Devils girls bowling team and wishes to convey its compliments and felicitations to the coaches and members of this team. Whereas the Columbia girls bowling team is deserving of such praise and recognition. This team finished the regular season with an undefeated 16-0 record and won the Suburban Council Championship Tournament and the Section 2 Championship Tournament. And whereas the Blue Devils went on to win the New York State Public High School Athletic Association Large School Girls Bowling Championship, on March 10th, 2024 at Strike and Spare Bowl in Syracuse. And whereas this marks the team's third state championship title in the program's history. And whereas the members of the Columbia Blue Devils girls bowling team, under the guidance of head coach Lisa Jonas and assistant coach Bill Newman. I want to take a moment to thank Bill Newman. Bill has been doing this for, well, I can't say awfully long time anymore, but a bit, and has been the inspiration, I think, behind many of the girls in the past and up to the present. Just a wonderful achievement, and I'm glad you're staying here with the program and to continue to do so. God bless you. Now for the players. Kara Barcher, Sierra Gabriel, Emily Beardley, Alexis Godet, Marissa Bugholtz, Grace Steele, Jennifer Doty, and Kendra Zipkowski. Did I get that? Was I close? Excellent, great, thank you. Thank you. And therefore, be it resolved that the Rensselaer County Legislature does hereby commend and offer congratulations to the coaches, team members, family, and supporters of a team well deserving of praise and recognition. And be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution, which Legislator Rob Bailey has right there, he's guarding it for us, suitably engrossed, be transmitted to the coaches and team members. Let's hear a round of applause, please. Anybody want to say anything?
Hi everyone, my name is Marissa Bachholz. I am a senior with this team. I've been with this team for 5 years, and it's definitely been a roller coaster, I will say. Through all the ups and downs with this team, we have pushed each other a lot, and it's definitely been fun. I definitely want to say thank you to Sierra Gabriel for everything that she has done for me throughout the years, especially with all the ball changes you have given me, and Jennifer Doty for putting up with all the crap I put you through all of our friendship and bowling years. And Newman and Jonas, you guys are definitely pushing me for bowling in college and everything. And I definitely want to thank you guys for pushing me to be the best bowler I can be, and definitely pushing Sierra to be the best that's on the team. And also congrats on being Bowler of the Year. But I definitely want to say thank you to all the girls on the team, because no matter how much we might want to punch each other sometimes, we always get through it, or throw a bowling ball at each other. Because I definitely want to do that half of the time. I want to throw a bowling ball at the wall. But I love you guys so much, and I don't think I'd want to be on any other team, especially Shaker. I love them though. Love them. But thank you.
Thank you for the recognition, and we also want to thank the parents for their support, the school, and the community. So thank you very much.
Oh, you didn't have to read it, huh?
Our next resolution is P 19324. This is a resolution adjourning the April 9th, 2024 legislative meeting in memory of Chief Warrant Officer 2, Casey Frankowski. This is a presentation by myself, legislators Grant, Bailey, Fiacco, and Stahl. And I would like to invite Casey's family to come on up front with us.
Yeah, he said here.
This is a resolution adjourning the April 9th, 2024 legislative meeting in memory of Chief Warrant Officer 2, Casey Frankowski. And whereas it is consistent with the duty of this legislative body to recognize the contributions of the citizens of Rensselaer County, we honor a young woman who devoted her life to serving her community and to her country. It is with deep sadness that we conclude this evening's deliberations in honor of Chief Warrant Officer 2, Casey Frankowski. While honorably serving our country, Casey was killed in the line of duty on March 8, 2024. And whereas Casey was born on April 11, 1995, and was raised in East Greenbush before moving to Rensselaer. Casey enlisted in the Army National Guard in October 2016 and bravely trained to become a UH-60 Black Hawk helicopter pilot. Amazing. In November of 2018, Casey was deployed to Kuwait, where she courageously served until September 2019 with Detachment 5, Company C, 2nd Battalion, 245th Aviation Regiment, as a mission planner. After returning home for a short time, Casey went to Alabama for Warrant Officer School. After graduation, Casey was appointed Chief Warrant Officer. She graduated flight school in July of 2021 and was promoted to Chief Warrant Officer 2. And whereas on October 11th, 2023, Casey was deployed again as a pilot to Texas with the Detachment 2, Company A, 1st Battalion, 224th Aviation Regiment to patrol the United States-Mexico border. While proudly serving in the United States Army National Guard, Casey received many honors, including the Army Commendation Medal, the Army Achievement Medal, the National Defense Service Medal, the Global War on Terrorism Expeditionary Medal, Army Service Ribbon, Armed Forces Services Medal, the Non-Commissioned Officers Professional Development Ribbon, the Armed Forces Reserve Medal, Basic Aviator Badge, and the Basic Aviation Badge. And whereas Casey will be missed by her loving parents, Jim and Jill, her grandfather, Raymond Frankowski, her brothers, Jesse, Reagan Frankowski, and Tyler Tremblay, and her sisters-in-law, Lindsay and Autumn. She was adored by her aunts and uncles, cousins, many nieces and nephews, and by her goddaughter. She was loved by her soulmate, Anthony D. Gregorio. Casey was predeceased by her grandparents, Mary Kay Frankowski and Theodore and Rose Marie Nardacci. Casey also leaves behind her 3 cats, Lulu, Millie, and Juju. And now, therefore, be it resolved that the Rensselaer County Legislature conclude its deliberations in memory of Chief Warrant Officer 2, Casey Frankowski, and to extend its deepest sympathy to her family, fully confident that her contributions to her community will live on as a legacy for all. And be it further resolved that the clerk of the legislature transmit a copy of this resolution suitably engrossed to the family of Chief Warrant Officer 2, Casey Frankowski. There is something to say about a young woman with such a strong patriotic spirit and a willingness to serve her country. Casey had all of the qualities that our military and our country could ever ask for in a soldier. She was truly remarkable. At such a young age, Casey experienced and achieved more in her lifetime and touched more hearts of more people than any of us in this room could ever hope for. Coming from this great family of those willing to put themselves in the line of harm every day, it is not lost on all of us that Casey also chose to have a career protecting and serving others and our nation. Casey was a role model to young women. If you knew her, you knew that. She was a Girl Scout. She was a camp counselor. She was a softball player. She was a championship bowler, like the girls that were here earlier. She was a volunteer firefighter. She was everything to her family and her friends. And I don't think anybody in this room can say this. She saw the Pope, not just once, but twice. Right? 3 times. This is 3 times. One cannot look at her life and not be in awe of her achievements, both in her career and in her personal life. Most of us knew Casey through her service, but there is an entire lifetime of memories that Jim and Jill and her family and friends will cherish forever. As you look around this chamber, you will see we honor the service of men and women in military. And since I became chairwoman, it has always been my plan and my dream to create a women in military service case over there on that blank wall. It will be my honor and the honor of this legislative body to include Chief Warrant Officer 2, Casey Frankowski, in this memorial as a tribute to her valor and her service to our great nation. Thank you so much for allowing us the opportunity to recognize her service, but to also celebrate her life. Legislator Stahl, I know, would like to say a couple of words. Go ahead, Brian.
I didn't personally know Casey, but I can tell you both Jim and Jill are wonderful people. Both the Frankowski family and the Nardacci family are very big names in the city of Rensselaer with a long track record of service to the city. And both families are so close, loving, and caring. And I can only just imagine the grief and pain that you guys have been going through since then. And my heart goes out to all of you. And I can tell you that I'm sure the apple didn't fall far from the tree with such a loving family.
Yeah. First of all, I want to just talk about Casey's valor. She was an unbelievable citizen of this country. So without that said, I mean, I'm friends with Jim and Jill, and I can only speak highly of their family, and they're a pillar of Rensselaer. And actually, I'm getting co-mingled in their family now with my daughter getting married to Pat. But anyways, I can't imagine your pain. I just want to say publicly that my heart breaks for you. I don't know what else to say, but I know that she stood for what she believed in, and she moved forward on what she did. And unfortunately, it had a bad outcome. But she was a strong person, and I'm glad to actually know you people and be your friends. Thank you.
For those of us who have the good fortune to live in southern Rensselaer County, particularly in the towns of East Greenbush and the city of Rensselaer, the Frankowski name and the Nardacci name is well known for their history of service, both as volunteers in various community endeavors and professional service, and quite frankly, friendship. To know a Nardacci or a Frankowski is to meet a friend. Now, it's not that the families always agree on everything all the time, but you leave there whatever meeting you have with a solid feeling. And again, that emphasis on community service always shines through, and no more so than it was with Casey. My gosh, even as a little child around the ball fields, she was always the one that people looked to. She was a leader. She was a leader for as up until the moment she passed. God bless you all. God bless Casey. And thank you again for being here. We hate to have you go through this again, but it's important to all of us here that you're here for us. And thank you so much. God bless you.
Yeah, it's a little hard. I served in the early 60s, and I served with Army aircraft at an Army Aircraft Field Maintenance Center in Brienne-le-Château, France. I was a post S4 officer there, but I spent a lot of time flying with, and I don't fly, but I flew with a lot of warrant officers and officers when they test fly these planes, these helicopters. And I lost some of those people later on during Vietnam. So I understand. I'm in their family, even though there was no relation. And I understand how you feel. And I want to thank you and thank her for her service. And like I say, it's difficult for me to even talk about it, but I understand.
Okay, resolution recognizing May 2024 as Mental Health Month. Whereas mental health is essential to everyone's overall physical health and emotional well-being, and caring for your mind as well as your body is good for you and good for your overall health, and is vital for success in personal life, at work, at school, and really everywhere. Whereas mental illness will strike nearly 1 in 4 adults and children in a given year, regardless of age, gender, race, ethnicity, religion, or economic status. And whereas mental health conditions are real and prevalent in our nation, and all Americans experience times of difficulty and stress in their lives. And whereas this year the theme for Mental Health Month is, quote, where to start mental health in a changing world, end quote. The campaign is focused on how you can become your own best coach and your own best person. And whereas with effective treatment, many individuals with mental health conditions can recover and lead full, productive lives. And whereas each business, school, government agency, faith-based organization, healthcare provider, organization, and citizen shares the burden of mental health problems and has a responsibility to promote mental wellness and support prevention effects. Now therefore be it resolved that the Rensselaer County Legislature hereby recognizes May 2024 as Mental Health Month.
Good evening. I want to thank you for your annual recognition of the importance of mental health and during May, which is Mental Health Awareness Month across our nation. We're wearing green tonight because that's the color for May as Mental Health Month. We have 2 other staff from the Mental Health Department here with us tonight, decked out in green. I want to introduce you this evening to Valerie Waugh. Valerie is our first county-employed family peer advocate. She just started in the position 2 weeks ago. Valerie has worked within our department in other roles, but is a certified family peer advocate and had agreed to take on this pioneering role in our children's outpatient clinic. So Valerie's going to make a few comments this evening and be very brief to share with you some of her thoughts.
Thank you very much, Kathy. Glasses. I want to thank you, the legislator, for setting aside this time to recognize the importance of mental health. It's really important for those of us that work in the field and those that struggle with their own mental health issues. I'm privileged, as was just introduced, that I am Rensselaer County's first family peer advocate employed by the county, and pioneering this position is really exciting to me. Oh, here they come, yay. To be a peer, a person has to have lived experience with mental health issues. And I do have an identified child for whom I had to continually advocate to get the services he needed. I understand the feeling of desperation, isolation, and stigma. Thankfully, there's more services now for children and families, and I really am honored to help parents connect with those services. And I appreciate how many new services, because of meetings like this, have happened. My passion for mental health started when I was 17 years old. I worked at the Rochester State Hospital on the children's unit. I have had numerous roles since then, including teacher, missionary, employment counselor, and care manager. I moved from a larger city to rural Rensselaer County 13 years ago. And I remember thinking at the time, oh wow, white picket fences and stable and just families that are content behind those fences. Well, as I began working with these families as a care manager with Rensselaer County, I learned that the things these families faced were not really any different than the things that the families in the city faced. Mental health difficulties are very real everywhere in New York and have become even more prevalent in recent years. This just emphasizes the importance of making people aware of the mental health crisis our youth and families are facing. As I thought about which youth and family story I just wanted to share briefly tonight, my mind kept going to one client. I met this family when the young lady was 16 years old. She had just been suspended from high school, was on probation, and CPS was involved. There was a team of mental health providers wrapped around this family. The young lady would barely speak to any of the adults, and she was so angry. Slowly, she began speaking to some of the other professionals and myself. There were several times her parents said, "I want her out of this house." And I was able to come alongside of them and help them to understand their daughter's mental health battle and help them connect to services that they needed for support. This young lady finished high school. She had just finished her first semester of college with A's in every class. She'll readily share she wants to be a psychologist and give back. Her parents and she are getting along, and her parents are supporting her mental health recovery. When I asked her how she got from that angry high school student with very little emotional control to where she is now, she replied, "I could not have done it without you and the other people that helped me. And I have a faith that gets me through every day." And I wonder, in the next few years, may she be the first youth peer advocate that Rensselaer County has? And I thank you very much for all the support that you give for mental health. Thank you.
So we were just joined by Carrie Watson, our new supervisor of the Children's Outpatient Clinic. Carrie has been a therapist in that clinic for a number of years. And we have Lori Ferris, who functions sort of like a medical secretary for our doctors and our psychiatric nurse practitioners who treat our clients in our clinic operations. So thank you for giving us time this evening. I provided the chairwoman with some swag for all of you to have, just to keep mental health awareness on your mind. Thanks so much. Good night.
That's my family, so. Understand, yes.
Thank you to Commissioner Coons and her staff, and thank you for that wonderful story. I promise to hand out the swag after the meeting, so don't go anywhere. Okay. See any speakers sign
No.
up, right?
No
Okay.
speakers.
So it is 6:44. I will call the May 14th, 2024 regular meeting of the Rensselaer County Legislature to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Attendance still stands at 19-0.
Thank you. Invocation, Mr. Grant.
Heavenly Father, we come to you today asking for your guidance, wisdom, and support as we continue this meeting. Help us engage in meaningful discussion, allow us to grow closer as a group, and nurture the bonds of community. Amen.
Amen. Pledge of Allegiance, Mr. Grimm.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Harrington.
Madam Chairwoman, I move that we dispense with the reading of the minutes of the regular meeting of April 9th, 2024, and approve the minutes as printed.
I'll second.
Motion and seconded. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, we'll get on to the meeting agenda. Presentation of petitions.
On file.
Presentation of communications.
On file.
Reports of commissions.
On file.
Departmental reports.
On file.
Reports of standing committees.
On file.
Local laws.
There are none tonight.
Okay. G 224.
G 224, resolution authorizing and directing the Rensselaer County Chief Fiscal Officer to correct the 2023 assessment roll for the town of Steventown, Bureau of Tax Services, introduced by legislators Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 20124.
G 20124, supplemental resolution classifying action to undertake a certain project as type 2 action not subject to seeker review, Sewer District Number 1, introduced by legislators Harrington, Bailey, and Fleming.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 20224.
G 20224, resolution authorizing the chief fiscal officer to sell real property at public auction, Bureau of Finance, introduced by legislators Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 20324.
G 20324, resolution authorizing an amended agreement with a Providence medical staffing for clinical nursing staff, Van Rensselaer Manor, introduced by legislators Grant, Leverage, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 20424.
G 20424, resolution authorizing increase in evening staff differential for nursing staff, Van Rensselaer Manor, introduced by legislators Grant, Leverage, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 20524.
G 20524, resolution authorizing Albany Medical College as the designated medical director, Bureau of Public Safety, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 20624.
G 20624, resolution authorizing the county executive to enter into an intermunicipal agreement with the town of Poston Kill for the design and construction of improvements and modifications of the water infrastructure, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 20724.
G 20724, resolution authorizing an agreement with Unity House of Troy, Inc. for ongoing integrated support employment services and amending the 2024 Rensselaer County adopted budget mental health, introduced by legislators Grant, Leverage, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes, 1 abstention, Mrs. Nichols.
So moved. G 20824.
G 20824, resolution amending the 2024 Youth Sports Educational Opportunity Program Agreements, Unified Family Services, Youth Services, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Harrington, Casal, and Nichols.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 20924.
G 20924, resolution authorizing the acceptance of a grant award and amending the 2024 Rensselaer County adopted budget mental health, introduced by legislators Grant, Leverage, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 21024.
G 21024, resolution authorizing the purchase of one vehicle, Office of the Rensselaer County Sheriff, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 21124.
G 21124, resolution authorizing the purchase of 15 automated external defibrillator AED machines, Office of the Rensselaer County Sheriff, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 21224.
G 21224, resolution creating a part-time corrections recruiter position, 25 part-time deputy sheriff positions, and amending the 2024 Rensselaer County Adopted Budget Office of the Rensselaer County Sheriff, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 21324.
G 21324, resolution reclassifying two positions and amending the 2024 Rensselaer County Adopted Budget Office of the Rensselaer County Sheriff, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 21424.
G 21424, resolution authorizing the purchase of one vehicle, District Attorney's Office, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 21524.
G 21524, resolution authorizing the purchase of office furniture, District Attorney, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 21624.
G 21624, resolution authorizing the purchase of two-way radios from New York State Contract Highway Department, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Harrington, Bailey, and Fleming.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 21724.
G 21724, resolution authorizing contract for the purchase of dairy products and eggs, Department of Aging, Sheriff's Department, and Van Rensselaer Manor Nursing Home, Bureau of Central Services, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 21824.
G 21824, resolution authorizing a contract for automotive collision repairs for Rensselaer County Facility, Vehicle Fleet, Auto Maintenance, and Highway Department, Bureau of Central Services, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 21924.
G 21924, resolution authorizing a contract for fuel, petroleum, and petroleum blend products for the use in the Rensselaer County facilities, Hudson Valley Community College, Rensselaer County municipalities, and school districts, Bureau of Central Services, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 22024.
G 22024, resolution authorizing a contract for the purchase of copy, printing paper, and supplies for county departments, Bureau of Central Services, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 22124.
G 22124, resolution authorizing a contract for paper, plastics, and associated food services items, Bureau of Central Services, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 22224.
G 22224, resolution authorizing a contract for cleaning products, chemical solutions, and miscellaneous janitorial supplies, Bureau of Central Services, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 22324.
G 22324, resolution authorizing a continuing agreement with New York State Department of Transportation for Federal Transit Operating Assistance, Bureau of Economic Development and Planning, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Choquette, Generin, and Nichols.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 22424.
G 22424, resolution amending the 2024 Rensselaer County Adopted Budget, Department of Probation, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 22524.
G 22524, resolution amending the 2023 and 2024 Rensselaer County Adopted Budgets, District Attorney, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 22624.
G 22624, resolution authorizing the purchase of portable radios, District Attorney, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Maloney.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 22724.
G 22724, resolution authorizing acceptance of a grant award from the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services and amending the 2024 Rensselaer County Adopted Budget, District Attorney, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 22824.
G 22824, resolution authorizing acceptance of a grant award from Health Research, Inc., and amending the 2024 Rensselaer County adopted budget, Department of Health, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Stahl, Generin, and Nichols.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 22924.
G 22924, resolution amending the 2024 Rensselaer County adopted budget, Department of Health, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Stahl, Generin, and Nichols.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 23024.
G 23024, resolution authorizing purchase of furniture for the new Hoosick Falls Senior Center Bureau of Central Services, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 23124.
G 23124, resolution authorizing an increase to the district attorney's annual salary and amending the 2024 Rensselaer County adopted budget, district attorney, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 23224.
G 23224, resolution authorizing an agreement with ClearGov for digital budget book and transparency software, Bureau of Budget, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 23324.
G 23324, resolution authorizing the county executive to enter into an intermunicipal agreement with the city of Troy for the design and construction of improvements and modifications to Knickerbocker Recreational Facility, cooling and refrigeration system, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
Yes.
I just wanted to thank the county for working with the city of Troy on this, the Knickerbocker Arena. I was around when it was first constructed. It was wonderful adding a sheet of ice to the city of Troy. We all love Fair Park, don't get me wrong, but it's really cold. It's gotten better over the years, but we used to call it Freezer Park. And when the Nick opened up, we were thrilled. Troy Albany Youth Hockey has been using that rink for many years, and of course, when it closed down, it really hurt the hockey community, and I know a lot of the leaders in the local hockey community have been, of course, they've been asking for Hudson Valley to get back online as well. I'd like to see Hudson Valley online also, but we'll definitely take the Nick Arena being back online. So thank you to the county administration, thanks to the city of Troy administration for working together to make this happen, and I can't wait to be skating out at the Nick Arena again. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Zaluski. Okay, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 23424.
G 23424, resolution of the County of Rensselaer, New York, authorizing an amendment of energy performance contract with Siemens Industry, Inc. for improvements at the Rensselaer County Jail, together with lease purchase agreements with Siemens Public, Inc. relating thereto, Rensselaer County Sheriff's Office, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 23524.
G 23524, resolution classifying action to undertake certain projects as type 2 action not subject to secret review, Rensselaer County Sheriff's Office, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 23624.
G 23624, resolution of the County of Rensselaer, New York, authorizing an amendment of an energy performance contract with Siemens Industry, Inc. for improvements at the Van Rensselaer Manor, together with lease purchase agreements with Siemens Public, Inc. relating thereto, Van Rensselaer Manor, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 23724.
G 23724, resolution classifying action to undertake certain projects as type 2 actions not subject to seeker, Van Rensselaer Manor, introduced by legislators Grant, Leverage, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 23824.
G 23824, resolution authorizing purchase of furniture, county executive, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 23924.
G 23924, resolution providing the distribution of mortgage tax, introduced by legislators Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G 24024.
G 24024, resolution authorizing the acceptance and disbursement of New York State reimbursement funds as part of the Household Hazardous Waste collection program and amending the 2024 adopted Rensselaer County Budget Environmental Management Council, introduced by legislators Casal, Choquette, and Zaluski.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G, 24124.
G 24124, resolution allocating Rensselaer County Sewer District ARPA funds to EFC Project C4-5405-05-00, Sewer District Number 1, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Harrington, Bailey, and Fleming.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G, 24224.
G 24224, resolution to establish a standard workday and reporting for Rensselaer County, introduced by Chairwoman Hoffman.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes, 1 abstention, Mr. Genrin.
So moved. G, 24324.
G 24324, resolution classifying action to undertake certain projects as type 2 actions not subject to seeker review, Bureau of Central Services, introduced by Chairwoman Hoffman.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G, 24424.
G 24424, resolution authorizing an amended and reinstated energy performance contract with Siemens Industry, Inc. for improvements related to the Rensselaer County Government Center at 1600 7th Ave in Troy, New York. Central Services, introduced by Chairwoman Hoffman.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. G, 24524.
G 24524, resolution authorizing the bond financing for the improvements of the Rensselaer County property and building located at 1600 7th Ave in the city of Troy, Rensselaer County, New York, introduced by Chairwoman Hoffman, and this is a roll call vote. Mr. Bailey? Yes. Mr. Casal?
Yes.
Mr. Choquette?
Yes.
Mr. Fiacco?
Aye.
Mr. Fleming?
Yes.
Mr. Genrin?
Aye.
Mr. Grant?
Aye.
Mr. Grimm?
Yes.
Mr. Harrington?
Aye.
Ms. Kennedy?
Aye.
Mr. Leverage?
Yes.
Mr. Maloney?
Aye.
Ms. Nichols?
Aye.
Mr. Patiri?
Yes.
Mr. Stahl?
Aye.
Ms. Weaver?
Yes.
Mr. Wysocki?
Yes.
Mr. Zaluski?
Aye.
Chairwoman Hoffman?
Aye.
19 ayes.
So moved. G, 24624.
G 24624, resolution requesting the New York State Legislature to enact Senate Bill S.8939-A and Assembly Bill A.09846-A, changing a portion of State Route 40 to be named Assemblyman Pat M. Casal Memorial Highway, introduced by legislators Casal, Harrington, Maloney, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. P, 24724.
P 24724, resolution commending Devin Delamater upon the occasion of being crowned 2024-2025 Rensselaer County Dairy Ambassador, introduced by legislators Harrington, Wysocki, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. P, 24824.
P 24824, resolution recognizing and commemorating the Sand Lake Historical Society upon the occasion of their 50th anniversary, introduced by legislators Genrin, Leverage, Choquette, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. P, 24924.
P 24924, resolution commending Hoosick Valley Odyssey of the Mines teams upon their outstanding performance in the 2024 competition, introduced by Chairwoman Hoffman and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. P, 25024.
P 25024, resolution congratulating Lansingburg Boys and Girls Club Executive Director Michael Manupello upon the occasion of his retirement, introduced by legislators Grimm, Nichols, Fleming, Weaver, Zaluski, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. P, 25124.
P 25124, resolution recognizing June 2024 as National Dairy Month, introduced by legislators Harrington, Wysocki, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. P, 25224.
P 25224, resolution recognizing June 2024 as Post-Traumatic Stress Disorder Awareness Month, introduced by legislators Harrington, Casal, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. P, 25324.
PU 253-24, resolution recognizing May 2024 as ALS Awareness Month in Rensselaer County, introduced by Chairwoman Hoffman and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. P 254-24.
PU 254-24, resolution in support of New York State Senate Bill S.8401, introduced by Chairwoman Hoffman.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. P 255-24.
PU 255-24, resolution proclaiming June 2024 as Pride Month in Rensselaer County, introduced by legislators Grimm, Nichols, Fleming, Weaver, Zaluski, Hoffman, Leverage, Bailey, Casal, Choquette, Fiaco, Grant, Kennedy, Maloney, Patiri, Stahl, and Waisaki.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. P 256-24.
PU 256-24, resolution celebrating Juneteenth in Rensselaer County, introduced by legislators Grimm, Nichols, Fleming, Weaver, Zaluski, Hoffman, Leverage, Bailey, Casal, Choquette, Fiaco, Grant, Kennedy, Maloney, Patiri, Stahl, and Waisaki.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
19 ayes.
So moved. Legislator privilege. Mr. Gendron?
Excuse me. I'd like to make a statement in regard to the self-proclaimed activists that were here at our public meeting demanding we reverse our decision on the drug dealer registry law enacted by this legislative body. I, for one, stand with Legislator Patiri and the entire legislative body that unanimously supported this resolution, and I thank our county executive for signing it into law. Unfortunately, we have legislators publicly backing down to the pressure. All I heard is how we are trying to lock up children and ruin their lives. I'd like everyone that is speaking out against this bill to look the parents in the eye that have lost children to a drug overdose and tell them that drug dealers shouldn't be held responsible, and that a 16, 17, or even 18-year-old child or children need a second chance while the families affected are burying their children and will never get to see or hold them again. We also have state lawmakers speaking out against the law as well. It's funny, the one thing I have not heard from anyone is a solution. Not from any of them. All that this state and every left-wing government has done is lessen penalties for crime. This has not worked at all, as crime in every one of these liberal cities and states is up significantly. We need to be tough on crime, and that's what we do here in Rensselaer County. It's crazy to me that we have tougher penalties for DWI than selling drugs. If we lessen the penalties for DWI, do you think offenses would increase? Common sense tells me most definitely. We have done a great job in decreasing DWI fatalities. Does anyone know the fatalities last year from DWIs? Well, I do, and it was 307. Nationwide fatalities are down 83% since 1982. Does anyone know the overdose deaths statewide last year? Over 5,800. And that's what tough on crime does. It makes people think twice before they act. Soft on crime does not work. Just ask Albany County DA David Soares, which has been very outspoken. I also heard that kids as young as 16 and 17 years old don't have fully developed brains and can't make the best decisions. But our state lawmakers think that they can make the decision to take puberty blockers, get gender reassignment surgery. How messed up is this state and the left-wing radicals? I'm lost for words over this. We can't punish their decisions to sell drugs and possibly kill people because they can't make proper decisions, but they can make a decision to mutilate themselves and change the course of their lives as young as 10, 11, 12 years old. People need to take a step back and think about what they're saying. You can't play both sides of the fence. We need common sense back in government, and there's a huge lack of it in New York State. If you don't want to be on the sex registry, don't molest children. Very simple. If you don't want to be on the drug dealer registry, don't sell drugs. Drug dealers are not victims. Let me repeat that. Drug dealers are not victims. Lives are being destroyed by drugs, and it's ever increasing death toll. We need to increase penalties. Punishment is deterrent for crime, not hugs and kisses. Stop coddling criminals. And just so everybody knows, the other fact I left out is in 1999, there was less than 20,000 overdose deaths. Last year, there was over 107,000 here in New York State. Stop coddling the criminals and hold them responsible.
Thank you, Legislator Gendron. Mr. Patiri?
Just so everybody knows, I've been dodging TV all week. Okay, they've been calling me, wanting comments. The reason I have been dodging them is because they never play more than a 20 or 30-second snippet of what you're saying. And it's a big problem. And just think, why are they all so bent out of shape? It only applies after January. It's not retroactive. They're all bent out of shape because they plan on selling drugs. And they don't want people to know who they are. Because if they weren't planning on selling drugs, they wouldn't be standing here bitching and complaining. I'm sorry. This is crazy. Crazy. Animal registry and not a drug registry. I'm not worried about pulling people out of the river. I'm sorry. I want to stop them upstream from jumping in. And that means less dealers on the street. And if because they're worried about this law, just one dealer decides not to sell anymore, and we save one life. We have over 80 deaths last year, so ODs. If we save one life, I think we should throw every drug dealer in jail. Because one life is important, and it's especially important if it's one of your loved ones. So there's 81 families in Rensselaer County last year that lost a loved one to drug overdose. If you don't think we should have this law, you call those families and tell them why. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Patiri. Mr. Stahl?
Thank you, Madam Legislator. I would like to, after both Legislator Gendron and Patiri spoke, I myself lost a 38-year-old niece to a drug overdose in Troy last year. While at the same time I was serving on grand jury, watching and seeing cases of drug dealers come in repeatedly over and over and over. And I applaud Mr. Patiri and this legislature for taking some type of action on that. And if you want to say we need to take one additional step, maybe there is something we can do. You know, it's kind of that carrot and the stick approach, you know, where we can do something that will help a program to prevent them from becoming drug dealers in the first place.
Thank you, Mr. Stahl. Okay, anyone else?
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Motion to adjourn second. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thank you, everyone. Have a good night and be safe.
No, that's not the reason. No, that's not the reason.